Hi, I'm Nada Grundon with the League of Women Voters, and we've come this morning to the farmers market in Bellingham to determine how residents feel about the new Affordable Health Care Act and how they think it might affect them.
So my impressions of the Affordable Health Care law, I think that it seems like a really good thing. I have a lot of friends who don't have health insurance or haven't had health insurance until recently. My sister is she works for herself, so I think it's great that she can be offered health care. My mom was almost denied health care for a pre-existing condition that she had, so I think it's good that that's not going to happen anymore. I mean, it feels to me like just more security, less uncertainty for people who are in situations where they need to use health care.
When you're looking for a health care plan, what do you value in your medical care?
I want choices, so I want to be able to decide who my healthcare providers are. When I had both my kids, I used a midwife, and I know that a lot of health plans don't cover midwifery, or they cover them less than they would a hospital birth. With my son, he was born at the Bellingham Birth Center, and then he went to the hospital for a week, and we actually paid more for him to be born at the birth center and spend 4 hours there than we did for his week in the hospital.
Well, I'm covered by insurance, so I haven't really looked into it or really...
Okay, so you're one of those who's just going to have the same...
Yeah, just keep cruising on the same insurance.
What do you think it's going to do for our county in general?
Boy, I really don't know that much about it. I mean, I've heard everything in the news and watched the news, but in Whatcom County, I don't know. Well, I think the theory is good, but it looks like the problem has been getting access to it. Right. Trying to sign up for programs, how it's going to eventually all come out, and the cost of it. And I think the idea is a great one. I think everybody should have health care. Boy, I like the wellness visits. I've been very lucky. I haven't had to use health care a lot in my life. So I love the wellness visit, the preventative care. Would probably be most important to me.
So in terms of the Affordable Care Act, have you heard about it?
I have heard about it. I'm certain that I'll be paying the penalty. And so that's how I feel it will affect me, because I don't plan on signing up for any health care in the immediate future.
All right. What are the sorts of things you'd be the most interested in preserving?
I'm more interested in preventative and holistic health care than I am in standard allopathic, and I am irritated with the whole Peace Health situation, with all the doctors being sort of forced into working for Peace Health, and I don't like the prices, and I don't feel that it's a fair system.
It's a necessary change, and we needed something for people, especially with pre-existing conditions. It may not be perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. And I haven't studied it as much, but it seems like it's definitely a positive change. There will be some growing pains, if you will, initially, because from what I understand, you're required to get coverage. However, like in many other countries where there has been healthcare reform, I think in a very short time people are going to really enjoy the benefits, and they will stop worrying about the extra. Just eat out less once a week and you can afford it.
What do you think about healthcare from your perspective as a customer or consumer? What are the things, maybe the top 2 or 3 things that you really value in a healthcare system?
Transparency. I would like to know why the changes are made. With the private healthcare, it's very difficult to determine what's going on when they determine your policy, and mainly good coverage. And if we go to a different state and visiting, and just the whole system has been very anti-out-of-network, anti-natural treatments, a little bit more inclusive, a little bit more focused towards natural treatments, inclusiveness. Those are the things that more focus on preventative care, which has already helped millions of people.
It's pretty confusing. I always kind of hesitate to make predictions. I mean, it's just, you know, it's kind of something that I think will unfold. I mean, I completely agree with that. I think everybody deserves health care. And, you know, I think that the thing that I've been hearing that concerns me the most is some of the bigger employers scaling down to part-time so that they don't have to provide health care.
Right.
And I would worry about that as a trend.
Well, no,
but
as a consumer of healthcare yourself, there probably are half a dozen things that you really value about health care and healthcare here. Could you name off a couple of things you find are real important about healthcare?
accessibility. I mean, I just think that it should be easy to find and to access, and affordability. I mean,